The man went up the mountain for the first time to live stream sell his rotten apples, but unexpectedly he encountered a yellow weasel bursting into the camera frame for help. It tugged at my pant leg and bowed crazily. "Mr. My wife is having a difficult labor. Please save her." This scene instantly drove thousands of online viewers who didn't understand animal language into a frenzy. Streamer, run fast. This guy is seeking a talisman to transform. Run fast. Looking at the full screen of bullet comments urging me to flee for my life, I squatted down instead and communicated with it using my mind. "Do you need something from me? My wife is almost not going to make it. Please save my wife. I'm willing to help. But I am not a doctor, so I can only do my best. If she can't be saved, whether she lives or dies, I will remember your great kindness after getting the yellow weasels." Guarantee I immediately stood up and explained to the live stream viewers' family. Everyone knows that weasels have a lot of spirituality. Seeking help in broad daylight means it's definitely a cry for help. Maybe his wife is having a difficult labor, so I have to deliver the babies for her first. But unexpectedly, the moment these words came out, the live stream just happened to be scrolled into by a level 49 big boss. Seeing the streamer in the screen chasing a yellow weasel and running like crazy, he insisted that this was a scripted drama made to sell goods and exploit traffic. However, just when he was about to block me, he suddenly saw a full screen of holy crap floating past. He saw that yellow weasel dive under a large rock and crawl back out carrying a small-sized yellow weasel. With a huge belly in its mouth, a thick, bloody stench entered my nose. The laboring mother's breathing had almost stopped and she had fallen into a coma. I scooped up the mother weasel and ran down the mountain. My babies quickly helped me think of a way. It's best to find an obstetrician. The live stream comments instantly flew up, looking at the yellow weasels. Condition: we need to prepare for a C-section. C-section, your sister. Do you know how to perform surgery? We need a midwife. I deliver human babies. We need to find a livestock vet. Stop talking nonsense. The comments were in a complete mess with everyone talking at once. The level 49 big boss, Shen Boywan, typed out a few words. Then he made a phone call to a gynecologist friend at the provincial hospital. "Brother Shen, I'm at work. Little sister, an emergency in the world. Big brother has a pregnant woman here with a difficult labor. What's the situation? I sent you a live stream link. Click in and take a look. Brother Shen. The pregnant woman you mentioned is a yellow weasel. Yes, little sister, an emergency in the world. But I am not a vet. Don't care about that much anymore. Don't care about that much anymore. The situation is urgent. Hurry up and connect to the stream." Seeing the yellow weasel's painful look, Liu Ruyan took a deep breath and clicked the request to connect. Prepare hot water. Gently stroke the lower right side. Open your thumb and index finger and rub and press clockwise. Under Liu Ruyan's professional and calm guidance, the first cub was soon born smoothly. Shen Boywan was also sweating profusely from tension inside his office. Seeing the little life born, only then did he subconsciously wipe his forehead. Following that, all three little lives were born safely. The number of people in the live stream broke through from 1,000 to over 10,000 plus. As for Liu Ruyan, who was responsible for the remote guidance, she showed a sigh of relief smile. Fortunately, mother and children are safe. At this time, Shen Boywan thought of gifting some presents to support the streamer, but found out that the live stream hadn't opened the tipping function, so he placed an order directly in the showcase for 200 boxes of apples. Hearing the dense order notification sounds ringing from my phone, I immediately sat up and aimed the camera at the little yellow weasels. "Thank you for the big boss's support. Big boss Surin, you are the lifesaver of these three little cubs. Please give them names." Seeing the yellow weasel, father bowing repeatedly toward the camera, it made Shen Boywan laugh out loud in his office. "Let's just call them Tuan Tuan, Yuan Yuan, and Gun Gun. Thank you for the names, big boss." Wish big boss's career soars to the 9 heavens, and happiness will never run away. The yellow weasel father hopped and bowed, as if he was also thanking the big boss. Shen Boywan was overjoyed, and then ordered another 100 boxes of apples. At the same time, some viewers in the live stream followed suit and placed orders. In this live stream, besides the 300 boxes of apples bought by the big boss, other viewers bought a total of 128 boxes, adding up to 4,040 caddies of apples. But I knew that having such results for the first live stream, the traffic was entirely brought by the yellow weasels. Family. And just when I was thinking about how to persuade the yellow weasel to live stream sell goods, the anxious-faced yellow weasel father once again fiercely tugged at my pant leg. "Mister, my wife has no milk. What should we do?" "Your wife needs to supplement a large amount of meat. Moreover, even if your wife eats meat, she won't produce milk within 2 or 3 days. What about your children? The yellow weasel father instantly grew anxious. Then what should we do? Mister, can you help me? Of course I can. But you have to help me sell apples just like... And before I could even finish my words, the yellow weasel father hurriedly agreed. To distinguish the yellow weasel family, I gave them names. The yellow weasel father is called Xiao Huang. The mother ranks third in her family, so she is named Sanya. The 3 cubs naturally took the names given by the big boss, Tuan Tuan Yuan Yuan, and Gun Gun. Finally, I found a large basket, lined it with licorice and cotton, and made a nest for Xiao Huang's family. Next, I edited the live stream clips into short videos. Wanting to build an influencer live stream account, one can't just live stream. Short videos also require hard work. After clicking publish, I immediately called Uncle Changhai, asking them to pick 5,000 caddies of apples first. Hearing this, Uncle Changhai beat his chest and guaranteed before 3 o'clock. Over 4,000 caddies of apples will definitely be picked and packed. I also contacted a manufacturer to customize packaging boxes with the image of Master Huang. After a discussion, we finally settled on 5,000 boxes at a price of 1 yuan each. After arranging the matters at home, I drove the van all the way to the county express delivery point. Hearing the number of packages I needed to send every day, the express delivery boss immediately gave me a discount. 6 yuan a box for 10 caddies, 12 yuan a box for 20 caddies. He also arranged for someone to set up electronic shipping labels for me and promised to send a truck to pick up the apples at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The matter was done in about 10 minutes. Leaving the express delivery point, I went straight to the wholesale market and bought 20 live turkeys. After solving the meals for Xiao Huang and Sanya, there were still the 3 little cubs. Yellow weasels are lactose intolerant and can't drink cow's milk. So I ran to a pet shop to buy cat-specific milk powder and feeders. Next, I went straight to the vegetable market, bought half a side of a pig, and returned to Lijiatun. I threw a live turkey to Xiao Huang and Sanya. After feeding milk to the 3 little cubs, I stepped on the gas and drove directly up to the orchard. At this time, 5,000 caddies of apples had already been picked and piled on the ground, covered with soft cushions. Seeing me return, Li Changhai immediately came up to greet me. Little Chen, did you really sell 5,000 caddies of apples? Of course I carried the printer and walked to the computer desk, and the villagers all swarmed around. I installed the printer, clicked into the store backend, and placed the cursor on automatic printing. Next is the moment to witness a miracle. As I clicked the mouse, the printer whirred and started running. Witnessed by over 100 villagers, a series of electronic express delivery. Labels quickly flew out from the printer. Heavens, so many orders. Our apples are finally sold. The warehouse turned into an ocean of cheering. Several elderly people even embraced each other and cried bitterly. The cheering lasted for a full 5 or 6 minutes before stopping. Wiping away the excited tears from the corners of their eyes, the way they looked at me was full of pride, just like back then, when they saw my university admission notice. I smiled and tore off an express delivery label. Yeah, uncles and aunts, you must remember, bad and rotten fruits should be thrown away. Never substitute good quality with bad ones. Rest assured, little Chen, we Lis are not like those Jangs who have no conscience. We'd rather let the apples rot in the ground than sell them to customers. That's right, exactly. That's good. Everyone follow me. I also prepared a surprise for everyone. The crowd followed me to the back of the van and saw me fiercely lift up the back cover. Half a side of a big fat pig burst into everyone's field of vision. This pork is so fat. The blubber is 3 inches thick. It must weigh at least over 100 caddies. I said today we'll let everyone eat pork belly stewed with sauerkraut. We must eat it. I'll go get the sauerkraut. I'll go boil the water. Ha ha ha! Let's unload the pig and stew it! The villagers instantly grew boisterous. Many people even started swallowing their saliva. Then I pulled out my phone and transferred 10,000 yuan to Aunt Hua. Aunt Hua, for the food purchases you're responsible for. In the future, we will eat meat every single meal. Good meat every single meal. You guys only sold this little bit. We sold over 20,000 caddies today. You're at such an age, don't always smirk like that with a crooked mouth. It's easy to get facial paralysis. Zhang Chengliang. Zhang Chengliang subconsciously adjusted the corners of his mouth, and then his eyelids twitched violently, having prepared a stomach full of words. Now he couldn't say a single character. Following that, a trace of anger surfaced on his face. I'll see if you still have a yellow weasel looking for you to deliver babies tomorrow. Then that's none of your concern, haha. Watching the express delivery truck fill up and leave the orchard warehouse, everyone looked at each other and smiled. Ha ha ha, time to eat. After finishing the meal, I smiled and said to everyone, tomorrow's orders will be even more. We aren't afraid of many, we're just afraid of none. If we old folks can't handle it, we'll go hire people. After returning home, I first fed milk to the 3 little cubs and then sat in front of the computer and clicked into the back end to check the data. View count 3 million. 5 second. Completion rate 100%. Full video completion rate 83%. For a video like this, the platform will automatically tag it with a featured label. Starting the live stream tomorrow will definitely give a wave of massive traffic. So I stood up, opened the wardrobe, picked a few pieces of old clothes from inside, took the scissors, and made a few props. Xiao Huang, come over and try this on. Early the next morning, I was woken up by the beautiful sound of gold coins arriving. Opening my phone to take a look, it showed that the 300 boxes of apples bought by Big Boss Surin had already shown confirmation of receipt after the platform deducted. The 2.6% fee, the store's clearable balance, was 17,532 yuan. The Big Boss is indeed a big boss, so dominant. So I immediately withdrew the money to the corporate account. After putting on my clothes, I first fed milk to the 3 little cubs and then rode the tricycle with Xiao Huang toward the orchard. Just as we arrived at the place, we saw the people from Zhangjiatun crowding around the warehouse entrance. Zhang Yu was assembling a computer and a printer. What are they up to? That bastard Zhang Yu said. He wants to let us people from Lijiatun watch how he sells apples. Li Chen smiled helplessly. Just as he finished speaking, a burst of cheering suddenly erupted over at Zhangjiatun. Wow! An order is out. An order is out. Xiao Yu, you are too awesome. Then Zhang Yu walked over with his hands in his pockets, leading over a dozen lackeys. Li Chen, didn't you want us to watch how you're going to completely sell 1 million caddies of apples? Well, I'm also going to let you watch how my sales volume today breaks through 50,000 caddies. This young guy pulled out his phone and flashed it in front of me. Stare your dog eyes wide open and look carefully. The flower hand dance personally designed by my boss. A person of your caliber probably won't ever get to touch this in your lifetime. So awesome. Exactly. You will watch us march toward glory while you can only kneel beneath the throne and look up wrong. What's wrong? What's wrong? The meaning of your preceding and succeeding sentences don't match. Glory means sacrifice. What is a dead person looking up at? Then how should it be said? You should change it to say, you will watch us march toward glory, while you can only stand outside the mourning tent to offer condolences. Mourning tent, offering condolences. You're cursing us. But before he could finish speaking, he took a slap to the back of his head. Li Chen, dare to make a bet. Bet on what? Bet on our sales volume today. The loser will mimic a dog barking in front of both villages' people. Do you dare or not just this little bit of creativity? How about the loser crawls like a dog and barks like a dog in their respective live stream rooms? You said it yourself. When the time comes, whoever backs out is a grandson. Right? Whoever backs out is a grandson. Finally, Zhang Yu and his dozen lackeys wore identical black suits and white gloves, dynamic DJ music pumping, wildly busting out the flower hand dance, level 49. Shen Boiwan was the first to enter the live stream. Welcome Big Boss Surin into the live stream. Brothers, hit that free like button, let's go. Brothers who need it, tap on the golden apples. In the showcase as the Big Boss entered, the live stream, the viewer count soared to 40,000. This was actually the first time Zhang Yu had this many people since he started streaming. Brothers, have you seen it? New flower hand dance? Let's get it. Music. The scimitar cuts through the red rose, love me at the rain and heroes gathering. Black shirt and white gloves, I sway both hands and jump forward. Half a lifetime returning with elegance. Shen Boiwan lay on the sofa watching Zhang Yu, busting out the flower hand dance. Just as his finger touched the gift button, a notification suddenly came from the platform. The streamer you follow, Jing Jing, Apples has gone live. His finger movement instantly paused, and he immediately clicked to enter the live stream. However, it had already been 3 minutes since the stream started. Successively, over 500 viewers had arrived. Seeing that the streamer still hadn't shown his face, Shen Boyuan immediately sent a bullet comment to remind him. How can you sell apples without commentary? How will the viewers know the merits of your product? Hearing this, Li Chen poked his head into the live stream frame. Family, does selling goods absolutely require commentary? Today I'm going to showcase a new way of selling goods for everyone, guaranteed to be thrilling. It's absolutely a brand new version you've never experienced before. These words left Shen Boyuan with a face full of question marks. He had never heard that live stream selling could have some brand new version. And as these words of mine came out, a huge wave of people swarmed into the live stream room. The concurrent viewer count broke 3,000. I gave a mysterious smile, and my figure vanished from the video. After a burst of rustling sounds, suddenly a little hand abruptly appeared in the live stream. Shen Boyuan froze instantly. That was a furry hand. And on its wrist it even wore a white lace bracelet. Before the crowd could react, a loud shout came from outside the screen. The brand new sales live stream starts now. Then under everyone's jaw-dropping gazes, the yellow weasel made a hot appearance in a lace miniskirt. Accompanied by sweet singing, it strutted a catwalk, strolling toward the viewers. Under the gaze of over 3,000 viewers, Xiao Huang smoothly turned around and shook its butt. The miniskirt flying up to reveal 2 bells. Holy crap! What did I just see, Bells? It's 2 bells. Shen Boyuan abruptly sat up from the sofa, hugging the trash can and bursting into a fit of lung-splitting coughing. This really is a heart-piercing plot twist in the office of the Provincial Central Affiliated Hospital. The doctors and nurses all froze on the spot, staring blankly at the phone screen. Is this also a show you can watch just by buying a box of apples? The live stream comment section directly exploded. Over 3,000 people sent bullet comments in unison. Holy crap, I woke up too fast. A yellow weasel doing the Zhang Wanyang twirl. Is this something we mere mortals are allowed to watch? Vote, hurry up and vote. You vote, I vote. Master Weasel debuts tomorrow. In just a minute's time, another 7,000 plus people flooded into the live stream. The concurrent viewer count successfully broke 10,000. After a round of holy crap, they then began asking where the gift button was. Babies who need it tap on the apples in the bottom right corner. Ours are no ordinary golden apples. They're a brand new variety. Then I picked up the cardboard box that arrived this morning, pointing at Xiao Huang's image on it. Look, when buying golden apples, remember the Xiao Huang trademark. As I spoke, Xiao Huang followed along by bowing and clapping its hands, causing the viewers' comments to fly up. Buy must buy. If I don't buy 2 boxes, I'll feel bad inside. The show looks good, but are the apples delicious? Buy with confidence. The ones I bought have already arrived. Guaranteed delicious. Under the personal guarantee and endorsement of the level 49 Big Boss, plus Xiao Huang's hot dance, the apples directly became a hot seller, hitting over 12,000 caddies. Moreover, the numbers were still rapidly skyrocketing. The concurrent viewers were about to break 20,000. Babies who need it, hurry up and place your orders. Breaking 1,500 orders. The wonderful show continues. Meanwhile, at the Zhangjiatun orchard, Zhang Yu was mindlessly grooving his body. The live stream concurrent viewer count 49,999, just short of 1 person. The concurrent viewer count would break 50,000. You should know that 50,000 concurrent viewers is a streamer's promotion, the most important and biggest threshold in their career. The first time a live stream's viewer count breaks 50,000, the platform will run a nationwide recommendation, pouring massive traffic into the live stream room. As long as you catch it, you've stepped 1 foot into the circle of top influencers. A nationwide top influencer. However, just as he was fantasizing about himself, sitting in the booth of the most high-end private club in the provincial capital, flanked by stacked and curvy, gorgeous female streamers, flattering him with sweet words, who knew that in the next second, the concurrent viewer count went from 49,999 to 49,998. And before he could even react, the number changed again. Concurrent viewer count 48,521, over 1,000 people left within a single second. Following that, this number rapidly plummeted. Zhang Yu completely panicked, forcing himself to endure finishing the last row of movements. Livestream concurrent viewer count 39,807, over 10,000 people left in just half a minute's time. The livestream viewer count was still continuously sliding down. He walked quickly over to the lackey managing the room. What's going on? Someone in the live stream said over on Li Chen's side, a yellow weasel is pushing the boundaries on stream. Several big bosses above level 30 have all gone over there. Zhang Yu snatched the phone and clicked into Li Chen's live stream. Concurrent. Viewer count 23,078, trending rank 1,899. So he clicked open the viewer list, and Big Boss Surin was shockingly at the top of the list. There were also several level 47 and level 45 big bosses. These are all the big bosses from my live stream. My big boss is Li Chen. Damn you, Li Chen. You siphoned all my big bosses away. Zhang Yu only felt a surge of rage rush from his chest straight to the crown of his head, his brain suffering a fit of dizziness. The young guy quickly held him up, saying anxiously, boss, you can't collapse right now. If you collapse, our viewers will all run away. Yeah, boss. If you collapse now, won't Li Chen be overjoyed? I see that yellow weasel only has those few repetitive movements. Once the viewers get tired of it, they'll come back. Zhang Yu took a few deep, ragged breaths. Let's continue. I refuse to believe our brothers can't beat a yellow weasel. Meanwhile, over at Lijiatan Li Shanghai drove the motor tricycle filled with apples into the warehouse. The women climbed straight onto the vehicle and started packing boxes. At this time, Zhang Chengliang stood behind the low wall and glanced at the printer inside, which didn't show a single movement. I say, Shanghai, that kid dares to talk big and you actually dare to believe him. You've already picked 2 cartloads 10,000 caddies this morning, right? None of your business, I say. Why do you mistake good intentions for a bad attitude? What kind of caliber is Li Chen? He even wants to surpass my son. Do you know how many people are in my son's live stream? 50,000 plus concurrent viewers. He sold 27,000 caddies of apples in just one morning. I think you guys better stop wasting your energy. Before his words could even land, the printer in the warehouse started buzzing and whirring. An order is out. An order is out. Hey, stare your dog eyes wide open and look carefully. Orders have come to my Lijiatan. What's there to be excited about? A few dozen boxes at most. At this time, an aunt about the same age as Aunt Hua suddenly cried out in surprise. Look quickly, little Chen's live stream concurrent viewer count is over 23,000. Our apples hit 2,000. They're all 10 caddy ones, 2,000 boxes. 10 caddies a box, isn't that 20,000 caddies? Li Changhai hurriedly pulled out his phone to check the platform. As a result, the first recommendation was Zhang Yu's live stream. Is this the 50,000 plus concurrent viewers you talked about? Bragging doesn't require paying taxes. But you can't blow it out of proportion like this, right? Zhang Chengliang looked at the phone screen and his expression instantly changed. Concurrent. Viewer count 25,038. Meanwhile, the atmosphere over at Lijiatun abruptly grew ecstatic. An elderly man looked at the live stream frame. Where did little Chen invite this Master Weasel from? Aunt Hua vividly and colorfully recounted the story of me delivering the babies for the yellow weasel yesterday. The Lijiatan villagers praised the miracle repeatedly. This yellow weasel is actually quite understanding of human nature. Yeah, it has more of a conscience than certain people. Back when the 2 villages grew apples together, little Chen treated everyone equally, not only guiding us, but personally stepping in to help. And the result? Ungrateful white-eyed wolves who even wanted to screw us over. It's a matter of mutual consent. What kind of gratitude are you talking about with us? Zhang Chengliang countered with a line and then walked down the low wall. He quickly opened his phone and clicked into his son's live stream. Concurrent. Viewer count 24,392. In just a dozen seconds' time, another 600 plus people ran away, and the speed of ordering was also rapidly declining. Just a few minutes ago, his son's side had even called to ask the whole village to enter the live stream to break through the 50,000 mark. He had even glanced at the concurrent viewers, over 49,900 people. But how many minutes had passed since then? He also took a glance at the number of online viewers, over 49,900 people. But it has only been a few minutes. More than half the people ran away. What on earth happened? I clicked open the following list and entered my live stream. A look of disbelief surfaced on my face. Li Chen really invited Master Weasel to sell goods live. It's even wearing flashy clothes and dancing. How did he persuade Master Weasel? Time flew by and soon it was noon. I ended the broadcast and closed the live stream room. The live stream results this morning can only be described as explosive. Peak concurrent viewers hit over 30,000 and a whopping 26,000 plus boxes of apples were sold. Most of these sales were made within the first hour of going live. Afterward, only a little over 3,000 boxes were sold. The concurrent viewer count also sharply plummeted to over 10,000 people. This is an inevitable result. Master Weasel pushing boundaries to sell goods can quickly grab viewers' attention, but they will soon experience aesthetic fatigue. The second animal streamer needs to go online. Then I rode the tricycle down the mountain. Halfway there, I saw Zhang Yu leading over a dozen lackeys blocking the middle of the road. What, you can't beat me online, so you want to fight it out offline, Li Chen? Don't get too smug. You didn't win against me at all. My peak concurrent viewers this morning hit 50,000 with an average of over 30,000, while your average concurrent viewers was only 16,000. A yellow weasel pushing boundaries to sell goods is indeed novel, but the novelty only lasts for a little bit. My brothers and I have prepared a new show. Let's see what you do this afternoon. Deliberately blocking the road just to throw out a couple of harsh words truly childish. After saying that, I rode my vehicle and continued down the mountain. Just as I arrived at the warehouse, I saw the villagers packing apples in full swing right at the entrance. A weak trembling. An aged voice sounded. I turned my head to look and hurriedly jumped off the vehicle to support the old woman holding a walking stick. Little Chen is back. Grandma, what did you run up the mountain for, haha, little Chen? You've done well helping our village sell so many apples. This old woman can't idle around either. Don't look at me being 98 this year packing apples. Is not a bit inferior to these young folks. That's right, you are a heroine who doesn't yield to. Men, I've heard that back in the day the number of invaders who died by your hands was no less than 10. Speaking of her proud deeds from back then, the old grandma laughed merrily. Walking into the warehouse, the villagers stood up one after another to welcome us, every single person's face overflowing with a happy smile. At this time, Aunt Hua walked out from the kitchen. Everyone stop what you're doing, Wash. Your hands time to eat. After finishing the meal at the warehouse, I rode the tricycle back home, took out a chicken, and walked into the west room. Xiao Huang had already returned and was currently licking the fur of his wife and kids. Sanya already had milk, but it was still a bit insufficient. So I mixed some milk powder again to feed the 3 little cubs. Xiao Huang rest up for a bit. We still have to live stream this afternoon. All right, Brother Chen. Xiao Huang performed for a whole morning but was still full of vigor. This was much easier than running all over the mountains to catch mice. After cleaning the feeder, I edited and published the live stream recording. Next, I edited the video of feeding the 3 little cubs and sent it to the big boss. Not long after, the big boss sent a message. Brother, turn on the gift donations for such a badass show. If I don't drop a few carnivals, your big brother will feel bad inside. You must turn on gifts for this afternoon's live stream. Don't force me to beg you. All right, big boss, I'll turn it on this afternoon. The gifts you send will all be used as a raising fund for the 3 little cubs. I plan to build a small house for them in the village so they'll have a fixed home in the future. Must build it. And it has to be the most luxurious one. I'll cover the blueprint. I smiled, took a half-hour nap on the bed, and then took Xiao Huang up to the orchard to live stream again. As soon as the live stream started, a huge wave of people flooded, and hitting over 10,000. But after that, the growth trend became very slow. Once the sense of novelty passes, the traffic will indeed decrease. But I wasn't in a hurry either. First, I gave an explanation about the apples and started letting Xiao Huang perform his show, but just as the music played, a strange sound suddenly rang from the depths of the woods. Right after that, a second and a third sound followed in succession. Xiao Huang abruptly stood up, stretching his neck to look in the direction the sound came from. Brother Chen. There's a situation, I'll go over and take a look. Xiao Huang vanished with a whoosh. The people in the live stream were puzzled. What is Master Weasel doing? Xiao Huang found a situation in the orchard. He went over to scout it out. Mystifying things. The streamer is just mystifying things, right? The streamer is just talking nonsense right here. Hurry up and make Master Weasel come back. Otherwise, we're leaving. Bullet comments calling for Master Weasel to return instantly flooded the screen. Right at this moment, the flying comments suddenly froze in unison. In the next second, the comments abruptly changed. Holy crap. Seeing this, I turned my head to look into the distance, and the same words popped out of my mouth. Holy crap! I saw Xiao Huang dragging a wild pheasant that was several times larger than him walking over this way. The pheasant was almost entirely black all over. Its head and neck flashed electric blue, its chest shimmered copper green, and its shoulders and tail both had large white patches. Under the gaze of over 10,000 people in the live stream, Xiao Huang dragged the ring-necked pheasant in front of my face and nudged his snout. Brother Chen, I worked hard last night to get this for you. It nudged its body. Mister, how dare you? The pheasant instantly bristled its feathers. Xiao Huang bit its neck in one snap, and it immediately behaved itself. The viewers couldn't hear Xiao Huang speak, but they could see the movements. Ah, this is clearly telling me to stew the chicken all at once. Another 5,000 or 6,000 people flooded into the live stream. As expected of Master Weasel, so spiritual. He actually even knows to catch wild game for the streamer to eat. Streamer, what are you still hesitating for? Hurry up and put it in the pot to start the fire. Add some little mushrooms. The taste will definitely be excellent. It seems you guys are even more anxious than I am. I glanced at Xiao Huang, then glanced at the comments. The taste would indeed be excellent. Pickles and porridge in the morning, cabbage and porridge at noon, porridge and cabbage at night. Lights out at 9 o'clock with 20 minutes of recreation time every day. At this time, a bullet comment floated up. Streamer, absolutely do not eat it. This isn't a fortuitous feast. It's an invitation to step on a prison sewing machine. A national first-class protected animal on the same level as the giant panda. Comment 2. What kind of small cracker are you to say it's first class just like that? Comment 3. The person upstairs. What he said actually seems to be valid. Look, his homepage has a certification graduate student at the Provincial Animal Research Institute Professional Collection and Protection. Babies, let's stop sending comments for a moment and listen to what the researcher has to say. After Zhang Xiaoyu gave a round of introduction, the netizens learned about the preciousness of the ring-necked pheasant and then began teasing. Me. Master Weasel returned the favor well. Old Streamer will have a roof over his head and food to eat for a lifetime, and there will even be people standing guard for you. Hurry up and agree to Master Weasel. Don't chill his heart. This Streamer is as sharp as a monkey. How could I possibly fall for your traps? After speaking, I reached out to grab the ring-necked pheasant. The other party squawked loudly. Mister, what are you trying to do? Don't worry. I won't eat you. I'll return your freedom. Can you understand me talking? Of course, mister, can you save my clansmen? What's going on? My family originally lived over at Nanshan, but people drove large machines over there and dug it up. Our family had no choice but to flee this way, but on the way we encountered wolves and 4 were eaten. The remaining 8 family members all fell into the ditch over there. I thought of many ways, but couldn't save them, and I also exhausted my physical strength. If I hadn't exhausted my strength, I wouldn't have been caught by the yellow weasel. Yo, still not convinced. Brother Chen, let him go. The 2 of us will battle for another 300 rounds. Xiao Huang was about to pounce. I hurriedly stopped him and then looked at the viewers in the live stream. Babies, look at the anxious appearance of the ring-necked pheasant. There must be a situation. Perhaps its family members are waiting for me to save them. Streamer, what kind of mystifying things are you playing? The person upstairs, didn't you see what Zhang Yan just sent? Ring-necked pheasants are social animals. For only one to appear is inherently against common sense. Yeah, look at how beautiful Xiao Huang is. It was the streamer who actively came forward during the live stream begging to help deliver babies for his wife. I glanced at the endlessly debating comments, clamped the live stream phone onto the handlebar, took the ring-necked pheasant and Xiao Huang, and dashed up the mountain along the mountain trail. Driving along the orchard road to the edge, there was no road further inside. I got off the vehicle holding the phone in one hand, cradling the ring-necked pheasant in the other hand, with a machete hanging from my waist, and plunged headfirst into the mountains. The ring-necked pheasant used its head to point the direction while Xiao Huang darted back and forth in front to lead the way. 2 people continuously joined the live stream, asking curiously, the streamer is cradling a chicken in one hand, and there's a yellow weasel in front. What is he trying to do? Is the streamer a paranormal streamer going into the deep mountains and old forests to find a beautiful spirit? Just now, Xiao Huang brought a first-class protected animal to repay a favor. You guys don't know the cause and effect, that's why you're curious. The newly arrived viewers were incredibly surprised, and they all stayed behind to wait for the follow-up. At the Provincial Boyuan Foreign Trade Company, Shen Boyuan just woke up. At noon, he drank half a caddy of white wine with a foreign partner. Seeing Zhang Yu and his lackeys wearing toilet paper costumes, and mimicking Stephen Chow and Uncle Tat, the tea in his mouth directly sprayed out, haha, mimicking the segments of A Chinese Odyssey by Stephen Chow and Uncle Tat. It indeed has a bit of the essence. He subconsciously wanted to press the gift button, when a comment suddenly floated into the live stream. Stop watching, the guy selling apples next door is saving a national first-class protected animal. Shen Boyuan's movement paused. The guy selling apples next door, isn't that Li Chen? He hurriedly exited and clicked into Li Chen's live stream. He saw Li Chen cradling a bizarre wild pheasant weaving through the mountain forests. It really is saving a national first-class protected animal. The big boss arrived. The time went back to half an hour ago. Xiao Huang. The netizens talked at once to explain the process. Shen Boyuan's interest was fully pulled. This was much more exciting than a mimicry show at the Zhangjiatun orchard. The Daxing mountain range in mid-September was only 3 degrees. Zhang Yu was frozen numb but stared at the live stream viewer count in wild joy. Seeing that it was about to break 50,000, he waved his hand and called his lackeys over. Family. Next, please enjoy the mimicry show, Stephen Chow and Uncle Tat. The 2 of them flashily twisted their bodies. The viewer count rushed to 49,998, just short of 2 people to break 50,000. Zhang Yu's neck flushed red with excitement. In the next second, the numbers abruptly changed. 49,978, 48,072. Zhang Yu's movements froze and he roared at his lackey. What is it because of this time? Boss, they all went to Li Chen's live stream to watch the rescue of a national first class protected animal. Class protected animals. These words made the live stream audience blow a fuse. Saving what animal? Where is Li Chen's live stream room? New apples. The concurrent viewer count instantly dropped to 372. Furious Zhang Yu rushed forward and slapped his lackey. I'll make you shout, you blind piece of crap. Boss, stop hitting me, I was wrong. How can a handsome guy hit someone? I only followed him because I thought he was loyal and righteous. Turns out it was all an act. Unfollow. Unfollow and go watch Li Chen save a national protected animal, brothers. Brothers, this is just a scripted skit between us. It's not real. How could I possibly hit my own brother? Brothers, it really is just for show. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. The viewers weren't buying it. The viewer count plummeted to 11,027. Zhang Yu shot a glance to make his lackeys delete the comments while he forced a smile and continued the mimicry to barely stabilize the situation. The mountain forest in front of Li Chen grew denser and denser. Vines and brambles grew wildly everywhere. He put down the ring-necked pheasant and swung his machete to clear a path. After entering the mountain for over 40 minutes, some viewers in the live stream began to lose their patience. Why haven't you found the ring-necked pheasant yet? Streamer. You're not messing with us, are you? I think it's just for traffic, keeping people in suspense, mystifying things. The person upstairs stopped talking nonsense. Yesterday, the streamer said Xiao Huang was seeking help, and it really was because Xiao Huang's wife had a difficult labor. If he went a bit later, it would have been 4 lives lost in one body. If there really is a national first-class protected animal, I'll eat crap live on stream. Pinning this post as proof. Right after that comment was sent, a huge pit suddenly appeared. The ring-necked pheasant rushed forward, stood at the edge of the pit, and stomped its feet while squawking. I rushed over, holding the phone, aiming the camera right down to the bottom of the pit. 8 ring-necked pheasants were curled up in the corner, sickly and listless. The live stream comment section instantly exploded. Found them, found them. The streamer didn't lie. The person upstairs who said he'd eat crap come out. There's a fresh steaming pile right next to the patient. Why is there such a bizarre thing in this mountain forest? This large pit is a hunting trap specially designed to catch wild boars. They set a trap door and place bait, and when a wild boar steps on it, it falls in. Babies quickly think of a way. How can we get them out? Don't tell the streamer to jump down, I won't be able to climb back up. Streamer, film a circle around the area to see what's there. Stop! Do you see the vines on the tree? Take the knife and cut them down. I let Xiao Huang hold the phone, rushed forward and cut down a vine that was dozens of meters long. I picked up one end and shook it, then just threw it down like that. Are you stupid? The ring-necked pheasants don't have hands. What are they going to grab it with? The viewers were talking at once, none of them having a solid focus. Shen Boyuan, far away in the provincial capital, grew anxious and immediately sent a comment, "Everyone shut up, Li. Chen, tie one end of the vine to a tree, tie the other end around your waist, slide down, and bring the ring-necked pheasants up, big boss. It's not that your little brother is unconvinced, but this vine is only about the thickness of a pinky finger. Can it hold a person? Don't just say one person, even 2 people could be held up by it. Back then, when I picked mountain goods with my dad whenever we encountered a steep slope, we'd tie this kind of vine around our bodies to use as a safety rope. Wow. I thought the big boss was just a rich second generation. Who knew he's actually a capable expert? I immediately acted according to Shen Boyuan's method. 3 meters away, from the edge of the pit, there was a large tree. Under his guidance, I used the vine to tie a dead knot, tied the other end around my waist, and slowly slid down into the deep pit. The ring-necked pheasants squawked in a panic. I used my mind to gently soothe them. Under his soothing, the ring-necked pheasants gradually calmed down. I scooped up one pheasant, gripped the vine tightly, and slowly climbed upward. After sending it out of the pit, I continued the rescue. The live stream was completely silent. Everyone stared intently at the screen, back and forth 8 times. All the ring-necked pheasants were finally completely rescued. I let out a sigh of relief, but the moment this breath relaxed my hands and feet, suddenly went soft and I couldn't grip the vine. With a thud, I fell right back down to the bottom of the pit. Xiao Huang squeaked and shrieked in anxiety, and the ring-necked pheasants anxiously flapped their wings at the edge of the pit. The viewers in the live stream also grew anxious along with them. Brother Chen, how are you? Where are you? Are you all right, babies? No need to worry, my butt landed first. He gripped the vine tightly again to climb up, but his limbs were aching, weak, and lacked energy. Seeing this, Xiao Huang propped the phone up next to a rock. grabbed the vine with his two little hands and pulled back with all his might. The ring-necked pheasants also used their beaks to bite the vine, flapping their wings to help. Seeing this scene, the viewers in the live stream were filled with emotion. These animals have more of a conscience than some humans. They even know to save people with the help of Xiao Huang and the ring-necked pheasants. I finally climbed out of the large pit, lying on the ground and panting heavily. At the provincial Boyuan Foreign Trade Company, Shen Boyuan's tensed back relaxed. He let his posture loosen and wiped his forehead. It was another layer of sweat. This sense of participation in the rescue is too strong. It really feels like I'm right there at the scene, looking at the cheering comments. He felt an itch that was hard to resist. How can such a grand scene not have any carnivals? His finger skillfully tapped toward the screen, but he couldn't find the gift button. Shen Boyuan felt extremely uncomfortable and hurriedly sent a comment. Turn on the gift tipping. Hurry up, be quick. At the Provincial Central Affiliated Hospital, Zhang Xiaoyu let out a sigh of relief. All 8 ring-necked pheasants have been saved. 8 little lives have been rescued. It's not as simple as just 8 little lives. Ring-necked pheasants are too rare. There are only 1,200 of them in our country. My mentor focuses on the protection and research of ring-necked pheasants, but still cannot stop the decline of the ring-necked pheasant population. What he saved is very likely the future hope of the ring-necked pheasants. How is the progress on Professor Ding's ring-necked pheasant artificial breeding project? The ring-necked pheasants are too delicate. If they're in a bad mood, they die. If the water temperature is too high, they die. If the water temperature is too low, they damn well die too. Don't worry, there will be a breakthrough. I have to go. Professor Ding hasn't seen anyone for a long time. He's about to lose his temper. I lay on the ground, panting for a good while. Xiao Huang thoughtfully brought the phone over. I took the phone and looked. The live stream viewers broke 100,000, and it even made it onto the trending list. Looking at the comments, I smiled and turned on the gift tipping function. The carnival special effects lit up. Shen. Boyuan lay back onto the sofa in immense satisfaction. Comfortable. The carnival has been received, thank you. This wind is quite cool. See that? Hit the like button for the streamer's love and kindness. The streamer also saved an endangered species here. What a great merit. Babies, this is not my own credit alone. If it weren't for your guidance, I wouldn't have been able to rescue them. For the ring-necked pheasant family to be able to reunite. It was our joint effort. Babies, don't be in a hurry to send gifts. Tap on the apples in the bottom right corner if you need any. Ours is a new variety, sweet, juicy, and with a rich fruit aroma. Looking at the soaring sales data, I smiled happily. Today's sales volume will be at least 50,000 caddies. Right then, a ring-necked pheasant suddenly ran over. Mister, thank you for saving my clansman. What did you call me? Mister, I spent so much effort dragging your clansman out of the pit. And what do you call me, good person? I'm telling you in front of outsiders, if you call me Mister, I won't hold it against you. Now it's just the few of us say, what should you call me, Brother Chen? Hey, you kid aren't stupid. This humorous dialogue between a human and a bird paired with the ring-necked pheasants. Adorable eyes made the viewers in the live stream unable to resist laughing out loud. Another wave of various gifts was sent. Babies, we have already safely returned to the orchard. Today's live stream ends here. We'll see you tomorrow, be there or be square. I brought the ring-necked pheasant family and Xiao Huang back to the orchard. By then it was already 5:30, after closing the live stream. I rode the tricycle back to the warehouse, and from afar I could see 3 9.6-meter trucks parked at the entrance. The villagers were currently helping the express delivery station load the vehicles. I clicked open the store back end. As of now, a total of 63,750 caddies of apples have been sold. As for Zhang Yu, looking at how only 2 trucks were parked at his warehouse entrance, he knew that his sales volume today capped at 42,000 caddies at most. A 9.6-meter box truck can hold 21,000 caddies each. I got off the vehicle to look for Zhang Yu, but behind the box truck I saw Zhang Xiaoli. Li Chen, you're finally back. Back to watch your younger brother bark like a dog. I'll bark your head. I haven't even settled the score with you for cursing at me yesterday morning. Oh my Zhang Xiaoli, are you guys seeing us sell so many apples? And feeling jealous, I'm jealous of him. What a load of crap. Despicable loser. Stealing my brother's traffic, stealing my brother's big bosses. You are just a despicable thief. Li Chen, when all is said and done, you're just a rotten piece of trash. You actually joined together with your dead father and mother to say what? I silently raised my hand and slapped her across the face. The crisp sound of the slap echoed through the warehouse. Zhang Xiaoli, stumbled to the ground, blood seeping from the corner of her mouth, looking at him with a face full of disbelief. "Li Chen, you piece of trash! How dare you hit my daughter!" Zhang Chengliang rushed over carrying a hoe, leading the members of his clan, the Li. Village folks immediately picked up their tools. Li Changhai held a shovel and took the lead to block them in front. Li Shousheng raised his shovel, ready to settle the score. Several veterans roared in unison. Even the 96-year-old grandma raised her walking stick. "All right, it's been decades since we've had a village fight. It seems you guys have already forgotten the power of our Lijiatun Li Shousheng. It's a society ruled by law. Now don't you guys act recklessly, Li Chen. Initiated the violence and hit someone, he must be hauled off to the police station." "That's because your daughter deserved to be hit, the little Chen of Zhangjiatun. Why did his mom and dad sacrifice themselves? Have you guys forgotten, you ungrateful wretches, back when the big flood hit? If it weren't for little Chen's mom and dad rowing a small boat, trip after trip to rescue you, you people from Zhangjiatun would probably have already died out completely. Anyone can curse my brother and my sister-in-law, but you guys have absolutely no right to." Many people from Zhangjiatun silently put down their tools. Zhang Chengliang opened his mouth but couldn't utter a word. A life-saving debt could not be argued away. I don't care if his mom and dad were heroes or not. Hitting me is a crime. Call the police. I want to call the police. Call them. Do you need me to help you dial the number? Everything just now has been recorded. I'll get detained for hitting someone, and you'll likewise go in for publicly insulting others. It doesn't matter if I stay in there for a few days, it won't affect me live streaming to sell apples. But what about your glamorous job as a reporter? Zhang Xiaoli's face instantly changed. She didn't expect that Li Chen would be recording. Her own job as a reporter would probably not be saved. She immediately pulled Zhang Yu, wanting to leave. Despicable. Wait a minute. What else do you want to do? Did you forget about the bet to bark like a dog, Li? Chen, don't go too far, humph too far, Zhang Yu. If it were me who lost right now, would you let me off? I'm just not going to bark. What can you do to me? It was just a joking bet. Who would take it seriously? I tapped on the dash cam. If you don't bark, then I'll post it online. You, Li Chen. You siphoned away my son's traffic, and now you still want my son to bark like a dog. Do you have any shame? Li Chen, this time it is you who went too far. I was unmoved, slowly raising my chin. Either bark like a dog right now, or I post it online. Choose for yourself. Zhang Yu's hands loosened and tightened, and finally he clenched his teeth. Get up, help me hold the phone. He tapped open the TikTok app and started a live stream. Taking advantage of the small number of people, he hurriedly crawled on the ground. Woof! Woof! Zhang Yu barked twice and quickly climbed up. Feeling the blood-sucking gazes of the Lijiatun folks, his face turned purplish red. Li Chen, today's humiliation shall definitely be returned 100-fold. I snorted coldly and went into the warehouse. The Lijiatun villagers laughed heartily. So venting. Let's see how that father and son act cocky in front of us in the future. Our Lijiatun sold one more carload of apples. Then you guys today, Li Shousheng lit a cigarette. All of this is thanks to little Chen. If it weren't for little Chen, our apples would have only rotted in the fields. Auntie, I'm hungry. All right, Auntie is going to get you some food right now, Aunt Hua smiled and rushed into the kitchen. I quickly finished eating and rode the tricycle carrying Xiao Huang and the ring-necked pheasant, family back home. Xiao Huang jumped off the vehicle to check on his wife and kids. I settled the ring-necked pheasants on the utility room floor and gave them a bowl of corn. The ring-necked pheasants were starving and ate deliciously. From now on, you'll be called Xiao Kun. Xiao Kun, how is my place compared to the mountains? It's much better. There's food and drink, and the place we stay doesn't leak wind. All right, then, you stay here with peace of mind, guaranteed you won't have to worry about food and drink. Then do you want to stay here with your family, Brother Chen? Is this really okay? Of course it is. But you need to put in a little bit of labor. What labor? Lead your family to dance a dance. What? What did I think it was? Isn't it just dancing? It's simple. We'll start dancing right after eating. No. Get a good rest dance tomorrow during the day. Brother Chen, you are truly nice. I smiled, went back to the room, opened the computer, and checked the TikTok. Back end. New followers increased by 590,000, and gift income was 11,964 yuan. I clicked to withdraw it to the corporate account planning. In my heart to build animal housing in the village. Maybe Lijiatun could become a zootopia. Next, he imported the live stream recording, editing out a video titled Repaying a Favor by Sending Prison Meals. Master Weasel catches a national first-class protected ring-necked Pheasant. After clicking publish, he crawled into his blanket and went to sleep. The next day, just as dawn broke, Li Village became boisterous. The villagers walked toward the orchard warehouse. Li Shanghai opened his warehouse door and everyone instantly froze. On the spot, printed electronic shipping labels covered the ground. Heavens, how many apples were sold tonight? Li Shanghai rushed to the computer, and after seeing the data clearly, his body couldn't stop trembling. Honey, say something. 37,000 boxes. How many 37,000 boxes? The sales volume is still rising. Aunt Hua sat right down on the ground. My dear mother. Yesterday we got off work at 11:30 and now it's 6:30. 7 hours sold 37,000 boxes. Right now it's 38,000 boxes. The warehouse fell into a dead silence and then erupted into earth-shattering cheers. Heavens. In less than 20 days we'll be able to finish selling the apples, little Chen. It all depends on you. With this pace today, we will firmly break 80,000 caddies. We must hire people. Every family, call your relatives and friends, find those who are free to come pick apples, and the pay will be generous. Everyone pulled out their phones to contact relatives. Aunt Hua rushed to the low wall, climbed up the ladder, and looked toward Zhang Jiatun. She saw Zhang Chengliang smoking one cigarette after another, while the printer beside him showed absolutely no movement. Zhang Chengliang, how was the profit last night? Our sales volume isn't doing well. We only sold 38,000 boxes. You guys should have sold more, right? Selling this much, why aren't you smiling? Are you naturally someone who doesn't like to smile? Furious, Zhang Chengliang threw his cigarette. Last night they only sold 5,000 boxes, comparing with Li Village. His heart was full of distress. What are you acting smug about here? Which eye of yours saw me acting smug? I'm worrying. Today our sales volume is estimated to break 80,000 caddies. We can't handle the workload. We simply can't handle the workload. We still have to hire people to pick apples. It's worrying. Oh! Furious. Zhang Chengliang's neck turned red. He swiped his sleeve resentfully and went into the warehouse. Satisfied, Aunt Hua went down the ladder, picked up the van keys, and prepared to purchase goods. Today we have to hire 50 people to work. We have to provide meals, got to buy half, a side of pork. Enemies. Zhang Yu faced the day with 2 dark circles under his eyes. Getting out of bed. Last night he stayed up until past 3 in the morning before falling asleep, and his dreams were all full of Li Chen's wildly rising follower count, directly waking him up from anger. At a glance he saw the report by Elephant News. Elephant News: Yellow Weasel repays a favor by actually catching a national first-class protected animal, the ring-necked pheasant. Recently, netizen Jingping Guo treated a yellow weasel experiencing a difficult labor during a live stream. To repay the favor, the yellow weasel danced wildly and also caught a national first-class protected animal. It definitely made it to the Huaxia land. News. Master Weasel catches a prison row sitter to repay a favor. Humans cannot bear this deep affection. Today, streamer. New apples hit a blind cat meeting a dead mouse, luck stepping on dog crap luck. Diang video absurd but heartwarming. Master Weasel repays a favor and almost sends someone into the station. The streamer cries and complains, this favor I dare not want. With a trembling hand, he clicked open Li Chen's account. Likes 2 million plus. Comments 500,000 plus. Saves 400,000 plus. Looking at the homepage, follower count again 3.217 million. I started playing with short videos 2.5 years ago. Shaking hands, shaking wrists, getting heat rash when it's hot, getting frostbite when it's cold. Never stopping and only got 1.2 million followers. Li Chen. On what grounds does he get 3.2 million in 2 days, boss? Is it time to live stream your head? He roared almost like a scream, grabbed the phone and smashed it toward the door. The lackey was so scared he hurriedly dodged. We'll go to the warehouse first. I slept until 8 o'clock and stretched lazily comfortably. After getting up unhurriedly and opening the computer, the video of saving the ring-necked pheasant had completely gone viral nationwide. Overnight followers grew by 3 million and multiple MCN. Agencies sent private messages to contact me. I smiled and directly blocked them. In my mind, the private messages from these MCN agencies are truly endless. Today, the ring-necked pheasant song and dance troupe goes online. What height will it rush to? He opened the bedroom door, distributed food to Xiao Huang and the ring-necked pheasants, and after they finished eating, waved his hand. Get in the car. Let's go to the orchard to live stream. At the Provincial Animal Research Institute, ring-necked pheasant research room academician Ding Wenyuan was kneeling on the ground holding a dying ring-necked pheasant with both hands. His white protective suit was covered in chicken poop and his haggard face was full of confusion and grief. Why this time? Why again? The room temperature is 24 degrees, and the relaxation system is on 24 hours. Zhang Xiaoyu closed her notebook looking pitifully at her 72-year-old mentor. 2.5 years ago, Ding Wen staked all his achievements and reputation to research the ring-necked pheasant. Over 20 died from breeding with absolutely no progress. Teacher, I know a friend who understands the ring-necked pheasants. Habits very well and can even command the ring-necked pheasants to dance. How about we go find him and try your friend? Our research institute has the most advanced animal medical team in the country. Even they can't save it. We'll treat it as treating a dead horse as a live one, right? He lives in the Daxing mountain range area where the scenery is beautiful. It's a good chance for you to change your mood too. Just take the ring-necked pheasant and go for a trip. Teacher, how about you take a shower first and change your clothes? Where do I have the mood to change clothes? Let's set off Hello Babies. Next, please enjoy the chicken basketball show brought to you by the Ring-Necked Pheasant Song and Dance Troupe. I smiled, took out a fist-sized basketball and threw it to the ring-necked pheasant. The wretched Xiao Kun used his chicken claws to press the basketball, twisting his body along with the intense music. The live stream room was filled with constant laughter and joy, and some netizens even requested to connect for a battle. As I smiled and responded, the phone dinged. It was Big Boss Surin. Brother, a ring-necked pheasant raised by a little sister of mine has some issues. She's going to look for you now. Please receive her. Someone look after her. When the day comes that you come to the provincial capital, your big brother will arrange a foot massage for you. All right, Big Boss. Just after replying to the message, he saw an old man and a young girl walk into the orchard. How about we go find him and try? Your friend, our research institute, has the most advanced animal medical team in the country. Even they can't save it. You treat it as treating a dead horse as a live one, right? He lives in the Daxing mountain range area where the scenery is beautiful. It's a good chance for you to change your mood too. All right, just take the ring-necked pheasant and go for a trip. Teacher, how about you take a shower first and change your clothes? Where do I have the mood to change clothes? Let's set off quickly. Hello, babies. Next, please enjoy the chicken basketball show brought to you by the Ring-Necked Pheasant Song and Dance Troupe. I smiled, took out a fist-sized basketball and threw it to the ring-necked pheasant. The wretched Xiao Kun used his chicken claws to press the basketball, twisting his body along with the intense music. The live stream room was filled with constant laughter and joy, and some netizens even requested to connect for a battle. As I smiled and responded, the phone dinged. It was Big Boss Surin. Brother, a ring-necked pheasant raised by a little sister of mine has some issues. She's going to look for you now. Please receive her. When the day comes that you come to the provincial capital, your big brother will arrange a foot massage for you. All right, Big Boss. Just after replying to the message, he saw an old man and a young girl walk into the orchard. The girl had a high ponytail, her eyes carrying a smile. The old man's dusty white hair stood up, holding a sickly ring-necked pheasant in his arms. Brother Chen, I'm Zhang Xiaoyu, introduced here by Big Boss Surin. Sorry to disturb you. Little sister, why be so polite? This is my mentor, an academician of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, and a professor at the Animal Research Institute of the provincial capital university Ding Wen. Ha ha ha, this old man is an academician. With this appearance, it's better to look for a scavenger, Brother Chen, if you want to make a show effect. We understand, but at least put in some effort, academician Ding. Ding Wen nodded slightly, his gaze sweeping across the hotly dancing ring-necked pheasants, a pleasant surprise surfacing on his face. These ring-necked pheasants were completely different from the ones he used to bring back to the lab that would get sick immediately. Young man, see if you can treat it. I admit the streamer has some skills, but that pheasant is almost dead. How can the streamer act like he's a beast-taming master? Heh! The person upstairs don't say that. Did you forget about the streamer delivering babies for the yellow weasel? Help me ask. Give it to me since it's so good professional textless processing. This is the 23rd ring-necked pheasant I've bred, weight 3 kilograms, age 8 months. This morning at 8? I didn't listen to Ding Wen speak directly, using my mind to communicate. Tell me where it feels uncomfortable. The ring-necked pheasant abruptly perked up its head. You can understand me talking. Mister, this strange old man is not a good thing. The place he gave me to stay didn't even have a bit of mud. He doesn't even give me gravel to eat like you do when eating bugs, but feeds me pebbles every few days. When we eat bugs, we don't need to pair them with pebbles. Now my inside is completely full of pebbles. Tell me how to cure it, I don't know either. It's so uncomfortable, Xiao Kun. Suddenly ran over. Give him a simple beating and he'll be fine. A beating. Yeah, in the spring there are more bugs in the fields. The little guy ate bugs and also ate pebbles. So he became just like him. Normally, we just smash ourselves against trees. With his condition, he probably can't even fly anymore. How do we do it? Give him 2 punches right under his neck, then shake him up and down hard to make him spit out the pebbles. Under the horrified gazes of the live stream viewers and Ding, when I clenched my fist and abruptly smashed it toward the ring-necked pheasant's gizzard. Then bang bang another 2 punches. The ring-necked pheasant rolled its eyes, but I still wouldn't stop grabbing it with both hands and shaking it wildly like a soda bottle. The nearly dead ring-necked pheasant. That's also something the state will rush you to sit in a cell for. Dingwen froze for a good while before snapping back to his senses, snatching the ring-necked pheasant away in a furious roar. Li Chen, what the hell are you trying to do? Curing the ring-necked pheasant, of course. Curing. I think you're trying to take its life. The ring-necked pheasant's voice echoed in Li Chen's mind. Mister, I'm choked. Quick, quick, save me! Li Chen instantly snatched back the ring-necked pheasant aimed at the pheasant's gizzard and gave it another punch, tightly gripping the chicken feet and swinging it up. Dingwen was enraged to the absolute limit and was just about to lecture Li Chen. It's alive, teacher. Look, the pheasant is alive. Everyone hit that follow button. It really did come back to life. Dingwen's expression froze right on his face. Turns out Li Chen was actually curing the pheasant. Li Chen smiled, tossed it onto the ground, and pointed at the water basin next to the tricycle. There's water over there, go drink up. Is this cured? Don't worry, as long as it can eat, it can live. Right. As long as it can eat, it can live. Shall you hurry to the car and grab the mealworms? Sai, eat what mealworms? Li Chen grabbed a handful of corn kernels from a fertilizer bag on the tricycle and threw them onto the ground. After drinking water, the ring-necked pheasant crawled over to peck at them, eating deliciously. He also picked apples from the tree, broke them apart, and threw them over. All the ring-necked pheasants gathered around. Ding! Wen looked at this scene, roaring in absolute disbelief. Why? Why on earth? At my place, you clearly ate mealworms, drank purified. Water and the nutritional supplement berries were all air-freighted from abroad. Even with that, you wouldn't eat properly. Over here, you eat corn kernels and rotten apples, and you actually eat them so deliciously. Boys, time to start working. The pheasants that had just finished eating apples immediately stood in a triangle formation, dancing gracefully along with the dynamic music. The pheasant that had just been rescued also clumsily joined the ranks. My own kid has known the real culprit since childhood, running off to someone else's house to have pickles and porridge, drinking a cup of air, and even actively doing labor. Little brother, I'm sorry. My voice just now was indeed a bit loud. Academician Ding is being too polite. It was all for the good of the bird. Besides, I also graduated from the provincial capital university. You are also my teacher. It's not proper to call each other brothers. Oh, you also graduated from the provincial capital university, the agricultural department. Yeah, after graduation, I led the villagers to plant the golden apples newly bred by our university. Good. Li Chen, are you willing to come to the Animal Research Institute? As my assistant, sorry, teacher Ding, with this whole mess of things at home, I really can't walk away. Zhang Xiaoyu was frantically shooting winks from the side, but Li Chen completely failed to see them. Teacher Ding, I have some immature suggestions here. Please hear them out. Have you ever thought about raising ring-necked pheasants, just like raising chickens? Dingwen's eyes suddenly lit up, a spark of inspiration flashing through. Raising ring-necked pheasants like chickens. It's decided. From now on, you'll be my scientific research assistant teacher. Ding, I can't go to the provincial capital. No, you don't have to go to the provincial capital. I'll come to your place. My laboratory will also move here. Starting today, your yard is the ring-necked pheasant laboratory. Dingwen picked up his phone and dialed a number. Old Gua. I've recruited a scientific research assistant. A graduate of our school. His name is Li Chen. Transfer his files over. Hurry up and get this done for me. Also, I found an excellent breeding place for the ring-necked pheasants over here. Dingwen walked far away while making the call, leaving Li Chen and Zhang Xiaoyu standing on the spot dumbfounded. Not bad. The show effect is explosive. For a moment, I really thought that old man was an academician, so my place has been incorporated by the Research Institute Assistant Li. Congratulations. From now on, you're my boss. Please give me lots of guidance. Although Zhang Xiaoyu was academician Dingwen's only student, whether in status or benefits, she was a huge step behind Li Chen. However, she was completely convinced in her heart. A problem that the most professional animal medical team in the entire country Couldn't solve Li Chen. Got it done in just a couple of moves. I wouldn't call it guidance. I'm also just an amateur. Right with this identity, if I encounter any strange animals in the future, I can bring them back for treatment. Of course, our research institute has the highest level qualifications in the country. Even if it's a giant panda, you can still bring it back with this identity. We could gather more animals, making it not impossible to turn Lijiatun into a nationally renowned animal research base. Li Chen glanced at the comment section. The netizens still thought he was creating a show effect. Keep acting, keep on acting. Even bringing up giant pandas, the streamer's acting is truly thrilling. He was too lazy to explain either. As long as the apples sold well, that was enough. In just a short while, 1,000 boxes of apples had already become hot sellers. At this time, ding. Wen walked out after finishing the call, the gloom on his face swept completely clean, replaced by joy. Good, Li Chen. I've already cleared things up with the Research Institute. The credentials. And everything will be mailed to you in a couple of days. Xiao Yu and I will go back to pack our things, and in a few days we'll come back to stay here permanently. All right, teacher. Is there anything I need to prepare over these couple of days? No. You just need to take good care of this pack of ring-necked pheasants. Whatever equipment is needed, contact Xiao Yu directly and let the Research Institute buy it, Assistant Li. If you want to buy things in the future, come to me for reimbursement. Oh, thank you, Teacher Ding. Thank you, Xiao Yu. Ding. Wen and Zhang Xiao Yu left with smiles. Li Chen took Xiao Huang and the ring-necked pheasants to continue the live stream. In a flash, 3 days passed. Just like usual, Li Chen got out of. Ed took Xiao Huang and the ring-necked pheasant, family, and headed to the orchard to stream. Just as he arrived at the warehouse, Aunt Hua greeted him with a smile. Little Chen is here. Hurry up and eat breakfast, Auntie, you've gained weight again. Selling over 150,000 caddies of apples yesterday. My heart is happy, so my appetite has also grown larger. Yeah, at this rate, our apples can be completely sold out in 6 days at most. When the time comes, we'll pay off the loan, divide the money, and we can happily celebrate the winter. Let's drink a few tales of wine. And anger that pack of lazy bums over at Zhangjiatun to death, ha. When we finish selling the apples, our Lijiatun will slaughter a few pigs to hold a big feast and have a pork banquet. Wow! This is good. This is good. Little Chen, are you going to the mountain to stream later? Today I'll stream in the warehouse. Brothers, help me clear out an empty space. All right. The folks from other villages who came over to help couldn't help but look on with immense envy. They had all scouted the details clearly. Lijiatun planted golden apples that sold for 6 yuan a caddy online. This year it wasn't even the peak production period yet, but they yielded 1 million caddies. The profit could hit 1 million, recovering all the costs from the previous 3 years. Aunt Hua's older sister couldn't resist speaking up. Little Chen, can you also lead us to plant apples? Zhang Yu started his live stream every day, his wrists about to break from shaking, but the concurrent viewers were only over 2,000. The apples in the shopping cart only sold around 2,000 caddies. What was even more detestable was that Aunt Hua came every day to show off. The sales volume, that cocky manner making people's teeth itch with rage, seeing Li Chen's live stream room in full swing. Zhang Yu's heart was completely frantic. The lackeys behind him also had faces full of gloom. They had completely lost. Right at this moment, the purple-haired lackey rolled his eyes. Boss, I have a way that can completely bring down Li Chen. What way? Report him. Report him. Over these 3 days, the number of times we reported him hasn't been small yet. Isn't his live stream room still this explosive? Boss, this time is different. We can change the method of reporting. Ring-necked pheasants are national first-class protected animals. Does Li Chen have a license? Dancing right in the live stream room, illegally raising. National first-class protected animals. Is against the law. Call your brother-in-law and let him contact the Forestry Bureau and the Cyber Police. Good idea, I'll make the call right now.